Ooh, what's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we got some breaking news right now regarding the number one boxing don in the world, Prince Mohammed, Turkey's Sheikh Salman Prince, taking over boxing. Here we go. Boxing's most powerful figure is reportedly planning to take over the entire sport 100%. A bombshell report leaked exclusively to the YB suggests boxing's most powerful figure could be set to take over the entire sport. Prince Mohammed, Turkey Salman Sheikh. Al Sheikh, sorry. Prince Mohammed, Turkey Salman Al Sheikh. Al Sheikh could be launching a new league, effectively bringing Matchroom, Golden Boy Promotions, and possibly others under one roof. The new league could be worth between 4 and 5 billion and rival the UFC. Here's the actual statement from the situ. Where is it? Here we go. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund is in discussions with multiple boxing stakeholders to create a league, Reuters reported in the breaking news on Tuesday. Promotional companies such as Matchroom and Golden Boy Promotions, Reuters says, are involved in the discussions, and the new league entity could be worth between 4 and 5 billion. Now, people, 4 and 5 bill, these public investment funds, they're worth, Saudi, that's probably worth, they can touch 200-300 bill, no problem. So 4 or 5 bill, that is literally a tiny kind of alternative investment for them. It's a big shake for boxing. Pardon the pun. It's a big shake for boxing. It's not a big shake in the scheme of things for Saudi Arabia. So this is realistic, and it's damn sure the right thing to do. Yeah, Turkey's shown he understands the game. He wants the best for the game, and why not? Really, yeah. Who's Bob Arum got? In the report, it also talks about Bob Arum. So Golden Boy, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, they're already on side. Golden Boy, who's Golden Boy got? Ryan Garcia, okay, one dude. Okay, how much is Ryan Garcia worth? 50 mil at most, right? Who here thinks Oscar De La Sniffer ain't going to take 50 mil for Ryan Garcia? So that's Golden Boy done. Yeah? In fact, let's say Golden Boy, the whole lot worth 100 mil. Oscar definitely taking that. So that's Oscar done. Who's Eddie Hearn got? AJ. Who else? We don't know. What's he worth? 300 mil maybe? There's 400 mil total. Frank Warren, who's he got? Tyson Fury, what's that worth? 300 mil? There's 300 mil. So I'm struggling to make it even worth a bill. Or a bill of capital required. If that makes sense. To buy these guys out. People, if Turkey comes to Eddie Hearn with 300 mil, you know he's selling AJ for that. Or X amount of mil. You know that's going to be the case for the contract. Bob Arum. Who's he got? Teofimo Lopez. Come on. Golden Boy Promotions. What, and Shakur Stevenson? At the most 50 mil for both of them. So really, I'll be surprised if he'll have to even spend 4 bill. PBC, they're more tricky. PBC have their moody Amazon deal, and they've always been, well, they certainly are now. Well, Teller, actually. They've been working with, who'd they work with? You had Canelo versus, that was Golden Boy. I'm sure Canelo's worked with PBC recently. In fact, Benavidez, who's a renowned PBC fighter, he's fighting, no he's not, that's a lie. He's not fighting no one, so forget about that as well. I just realised he's fighting Vosnik on the PBC card. But yeah, but Pitbull Cruz is PBC, I'm sure. Is he PBC? And he's fighting on the Al Sheikh. So there's relationships there. And whatever the Amazon deal is, Turkey can match that, right? Or Turkey can certainly buy that contract out. Then again, Amazon, they've got the contract. Are they likely going to want to sell up now? Maybe not, but if the money's right, why not? Boxing isn't like a sport where in the NFL or in UK football, the rights for them contracts are highly sought after, and if someone's got a 4-year contract, they're unlikely to want to sell it. Unless they want to sell it. Anyway, 4 or 5 bill is I believe, an overestimation of what it would cost to do this. You can essentially pay each promoter 1 billion. Eddie Hearn 1 billion. Frank Warren 1 billion. Bob Arum 1 billion. Golden Boy 1 billion. What's the other one? PBC 1 billion. There's 5 bill. And there's no way. Each one of them stables doesn't even have, or barely has $100 million star. Yeah? Who you got? Who's Tyson Fury? Maybe Tank Davis. Maybe AJ. Maybe Tyson Fury. Usyk. Come on. None of these guys are billion-dollar dudes. They're like 100 mil, 200 mil at the most, right? And Turkey has a lot of kind of sway now. Why? He's come in the game and give these men a taste of that big money. But if he leaves, if these guys aren't smart, yeah, and I hope they are smart, but if these guys start trying to be smart about things and say things like, oh Turkey, you've paid me 200 mil for this last fight, so now I believe I'm worth a bill. If they get silly like that, then Turkey just slap them in their face and tell them to keep pushing and go somewhere else. I don't want no one being greedy in this situation. These cats need to appreciate Turkey's been putting you man on well over and above what you're actually worth. So don't come brand new now. Yeah, you're worth, AJ, you got paid 100 mil for that bum fight or X amount of mil for a bum fight because Turkey made it so. Not because you're worth that. Yeah, that's not the market rate. So these dudes need to come correct. Team AJ, Team Fury need to come correct. Bottom line. And even scrapping them man are old anyway, right? So really, even if their man turn brand new and are asking for ridiculous amounts of money that Turkey isn't willing to pay, forget about them, they're old. The principle here is rivaling the UFC. And I've been saying it for a while. In fact, I said years ago with DAZN. I said, DAZN, if you're going to waste $1 billion on boxing, you might as well create your own league with your own belt, a unified belt. At least you've got something then. Invest in the grassroots and make the next Tyson Fury. That's what the UFC does. The UFC finds/makes. They've got these little, well not little, they've got the institutes of sport where they have in different countries and fighters come there to train. Make the grassroots. And yes, it may take 10 years to get the stars coming through, but ultimately, that's just time, right? Either way, the relationship Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn have, it's likely, right? I don't think they will play themselves and be too greedy, but people with money, they're funny. Yeah? Unfortunately, in the world we live in, if you give someone something for nothing, they then expect it. So if AJ's been getting 100 mil for a bum fight, he will feel bent out of shape about getting 300 mil for the rest of his career kind of thing. He'll feel like, well, I want 100 mil a piece, which means I want $1 billion over the next 12 fights kind of thing. It gets silly. Rather than saying, hey, wait there a minute, I was washed up before Turkey put me on. AJ versus Franklin, he lucky to make 10 mil. Turkey put you on to fight Otto Bumming. He put you on to fight France's mixed martial art goo. Yeah? France's mixed martial arts goo. He put you on for that. That's not because you was worth that, AJ. He wasn't worth X amount of million that you got paid to fight Ngannou. You just got that. So be grateful and humble yourself and take the coin he want to give you. Is my opinion. Is my advice. Because none of these man, really, Fury ain't worth it. None of these men are actually worth what they've been paid. So I just hope they're not trying to pitch for these inflated values. But all due respect, the $5 billion numbers that are being rumoured, that is well over. I mean, if this dude offers these promoters, we've just broke it down, there's only 5 promoters essentially. $1 billion each. If they can't make it work for $1 billion each, then this is something more than people like relevance. And I think Turkey's a smart man. The smart way to do this is not to buy these fighters and cut them out. Let Bob Arum have a job where he can still come to the fights and act like he's relevant still, kind of thing. That's a smart thing to do. Yeah, let these guys can still think they're running the show, but I've got the contracts. Because, especially old timers, they don't want to give their business up. That's their identity. Bob Arum at 92-year-old turning up to the fights. I guess, yeah, Turkey's always going to do that though. Turkey's never going to say you can't come to the fights as such. But still, the power element. People like having power. Bob Arum like having power, knowing he's the main man and he decide who fighting who kind of thing. Losing that, sometimes, especially at that age, it's worth more than money. He don't want $1 billion. He want to keep control of what he's got. But again, F it. All due respect, there'll be another Teofimo Lopez. There'll be another Tank Davis. So whether this comes off or not, I think he'll get Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn on side. They're on side anyway. Again, De La Hoya, De La Sniffer, he's more ego-based. He likes his face being all in the video. He wants to be, I'm golden boy, I'm the big boss kind of thing. But time will tell and money surely speaks. But this is the best news I could ever hear. This is what we need. And I'm glad that Turkey, I've got a video coming soon, Turkey's already pissed off with the governing bodies. And if Turkey does this, he needs to make, I think he's already got his Saudi belt. He needs to make an undisputed unified belt. One belt. Yeah, because I ain't trying to watch 4 different bums. Too many bums. That's the truth. One champion. And you all get paid well, and you all eat fighting for this guy. In proper fights. No more bum fights. I don't want to watch no more AJ versus Franklin. Or Fury versus Chisora 3. I don't want to watch that. Fighters need to fight 2-3 times a year against top opposition every time. Or sit down somewhere. And that's what Turkey does. Even when you lose with Turkey. Jarrell Miller lost, yeah? He coming back. Not in a bum fight, a warm-up fight. Warm-up for what? He coming back against Andy Ruiz. That fight in itself is a... Damn, I'm interested. Solid. That could be, all due respect, that could be a kind of Sky boxing Friday night fight, top of the bill. If not bigger, really, in these times. It's a decent fight, right? That's how it should be. You lose, and you're straight back in. Not at the highest level, like Wilder. Wilder right now. Historically, Wilder, he'd go and fight a bum. 2 or 3 bums. In reality, he should be fighting the Joe Joyce Chisora winner, or Dillian White, or the Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller winner. Them kind of fights. Back straight in, serious. Because no one ain't trying to watch you knock bums out no more. And then can't do nothing with anyone half decent. I ain't trying to watch that. I ain't trying to watch people lose and then fight bums. Dubois even. Before Dubois was with Turkey, he'd lose and then fight 3 or 4 bums for 2 years. Like, oh, we're learning. Not really. We're just fighting bums. So yeah, Turkey is the best thing to happen to boxing. Even at this point. He knows what he's doing. He actually appreciates the game. He don't have a massive ego where he's trying to make it all about him either. The TalkSport guys, they kind of slag him off here, but I don't get that vibe from him. Yeah? A man who's trying to make it all about him. Listen, maybe the power, maybe once he's in control, he'll make it all about him and that'll be whack. But so far, all I keep seeing is the best fights. That's the truth. He don't pick favourites. Well, we'll soon find out actually. If Turkey signs, let me say this now. If Turkey signs off on AJ Parker, that's going to be sceptical for me. I'm going to be honest with you. Because no one wants that. There's no boxing fan yet who's saying, AJ versus Parker. AJ versus Parker is a political fight. It suits AJ to fight a dude who can't punch. And it suits Eddie Hearn because it keeps the Fury fight still buzzing and whatever else. Real boxing fans, if Turkey's a real boxing fan, he'll laugh Eddie Hearn and AJ out of the room. I ain't paying for that crap. No one wants to watch it. The fight to make is Parker and Zhang, which has a perfect storyline. Zhang's beat Wilder, Parker's beat Wilder, and them two need to clash it out. And Dubois and AJ need to clash it out in Wembley. Let's not forget, it's all set up now. We're going to find out how real Turkey is. Because the September 21st card is set, and that was set for AJ. Right? And now Dubois, who's a UK Wembley dude, right? There's no excuse whatsoever. And I think AJ wins that fight. People keep telling me, why? I saw the videos. AJ knocking Spark out. Well, why are you talking about Joe Parker then? Just go in there and knock his ass Spark out, right? Don't be doing that. Because no one wants to watch Parker, for sure, right? It's not like the other option is, well, we've got 2 options now, people. It's going to be AJ versus Dubois or AJ versus Usyk. I'd say, okay, I get that. You go in somewhere with that. I want revenge now. Okay. But AJ versus Parker? You beat the guy already. Yes, I do believe Parker's better than he was then. Well, psychologically, he's more on it. But regardless, he can't punch. He can't punch. There's no interest in that fight for me at all. When you got Dubois, a young, hungry bull, looking to eat. No one here is asking for Parker versus AJ. No one. So if Turkey does that, that'll be... I ain't gonna lie, that'll be like, oh no. It's already political, right? You haven't even set your league up yet, and you're making political decisions. That'll be whack. But so far, at this stage, the guy producing fire. Yeah, he's putting on cards that... Turkey's the first man who's ever got me to sit down and watch a whole card of boxing. I've been watching boxing 10, 15 years. I've never sat there and watched 5, 6 fights back to back to back, ever. Not once. And every single one, even the guys like Bivol, I don't know what Turkey be doing over there, but even Bivol, guys who don't punch and who ain't aggressive like that, all of a sudden he getting at it. Because Turkey selected some Libyan dude who come to fight. So Turkey knows boxing. He got the best order. He got a different version of Bivol for the first. People, Bivol hasn't had a knockout in like 10 years. More time, he jumps on the Turkey show and he trying to go at it. Like, this guy doing the most. So yeah, I love this. And even if Turkey does end up a bit of a sideman and ends up shilling for AJ, still, he can't be worse than the current situation. The current situation where people ain't fighting. It can't be worse than that. And really, for $4 billion, it's a small price to pay for what I care about. And for what he cares about. So yeah, man, more power to him. And he got a chance of outdoing the UFC. The reason boxing fans started going to UFC was because it was always bum fights. In boxing, yeah, you'd maybe get one or two big fights a quarter. Really, one fight. Globally, in boxing, it used to be you'd get one big fight a quarter, and then half the time someone would pull out, or half the time someone injured, or half the time it's rescheduled. So you're looking at maybe 2 or 3 tops big fights a year, and the rest of the time everyone fighting bums. Turkey ain't gonna be down for that, and he's so far at least he's never shown that. If you lose, you come back in at a good level, or you come back in at the level below, which is really logical, right? If you're at the top and you lose, you step down. You don't lose at the top and then drop right down to the bums. It don't make no sense. No other sport does that. It's pretty simple. Yes, boxing triangles don't work, but we know who the top guys are at any given point in time. If someone loses, they step down to the next level of guys. If they win, they go up again. It's really simple. But greed and the need to shekel coin, like, oh, let's build some fake hype by getting him to fight bums. That narrative has ruined the sport. That narrative of, oh, let's protect this fighter. Let's have him fight 30 bums like Wilder. And it worked, didn't it? Fight 30 bums, claim to be a massive knockout puncher, and then sell pay-per-views. Or make money in big unification fights when really you ain't done nothing. It worked, but it's not right. That's why people left boxing. So in the long run, it hurts everyone. Because if Wilder had been fighting good people, he'd have made more money. Because people would be interested still. Floyd really killed it as well. Floyd was just fighting old, washed up, / no good dudes. Never trying to fight the best like that in his last 10 years of his career. Just picking and choosing. Which is whack. Floyd was the last one of the real pay-per-view era, if that makes sense. He got the last of it. Floyd soaked up the last of people's willingness to buy pay-per-views. After that, they were scorned. Oh, I've just watched this dude fight a B-rate guy and he ain't trying to punch him. He's running around still. That's whack. And never really recovered. AJ came back for a bit and then he fell off. Not wanting to fight. Ultimately, he didn't want to fight. People, if AJ was in there losing and having a go, people would still watch it. Hey man, he exciting. He turned boring. AJ versus Pulev. Oh my god. AJ versus Ruiz too. Oh my god. These were painful fights to watch. But this cat Turkey, man, he can revive the sport for sure. Invest in training centres, invest in the grassroots, build these guys up and have them all squabbling. Every division, undisputed. There's no reason for it. Turkey can do it. So yeah, more power to him. Godspeed. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe. Leg off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. Stop it.